Shut up, Aloy. You don't know.
Hello, a very fantastic evening to you viewers, wherever you're catching us live from. Let's say thank you so much for always being part of the biggest evening show right here in Arua City. My name is Senior Zero, aka you can call me Okwe Zamani. Of course, that is the latest name that people have given me. I don't know why, but I'm someone who is already with their family, and I don't know why that name has been given to me. All in all, we shall be here discussing exclusively sports, and majority of the time we shall be giving it here to discuss West Nile football. And we have got some update from Ondupaka Football Club, some update as well for West Nile Province and the fanatics of the West Nile Province. My name is Senior Zero, the host of this. Remember, this show is only sponsored by Sabrima Global Ventures Limited, and they are the biggest and the sole sponsor of the swing. Remember, Juada Concert Limited is also there monitoring us closely. Anytime soon, they could be part of us. Joining me through is my brother and my colleague here in the studios. I'm talking about Eddie, right here in the studios of Saturday TV. Eddie, you're most welcome for the first time to discuss evening sports once again today. Of course, we had time from 1 to 2 when we discussed about the local sports, and generally we are using the local language, and finally here we are for the English session, and we shall be discussing a number of stories. Of course, the biggest one is West Nile Province that will be playing Bugisu on the 7th of September, and certainly we shall be connecting to manager Mike Letty to give us some light about what is on ground as West Nile Province will be gearing up against Bugis. Of course, the team started the residential training official today, and we shall be finding more from Mike Letty actually in a short while. In there, remember, the football TV games were on, and our old school from Western, I'm talking about St. Charles Luanga, were held to a goalless draw. To which school is actually what we shall be discussing about, and internationally, we shall be talking about the collapse of Mark Guehi's move to Liverpool. First things first, my brother, you must welcome to the Saturday TV.
Okay, Senior Zero, it's always a pleasure being here and talking about sports. You know, sports is one of my hobbies.
Yeah,
I love talking about it. You know, most especially the journalism and the little bit of it. Yeah, I thank you so much.
I'm quite sure today you might be surprised that I'm on a cap today, but that's a design that I chose to put on today, and it's a unique one.
I really understand. I see the wife is bringing change in you.
All right, let's first connect to Mike Letty, and we find out more from Mike Letty about the preparations that Team West Nile Province is trying to gear up to see that West Nile do give that actually a hard challenge for a team in the next Bugisu Province in what we call the FIFA Drum Games. Mike Letty.
Yes, please.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yes, you're live on Sunrise TV, and it's a very big pleasure. We are here in Arua City. We are so humbled that you are in position to give us that little time to speak to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, please. I know currently you are on ground with the boys training at Mbaladri. What is the latest that you can give us about the West Nile Province team?
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Yes.
For the West Nile Province team that to assemble hurriedly. And as I speak right now, it's only a few of the players around who have reported for non-residential training at Ingaradu.
Yes.
And Coach Samson Okuti and fitness coach Sadat Viper.
Lolo.
Yeah, so among those present include the Rafi Gadino, Gibson Adino, Mungu Samizela, yeah, and then Lucky Philip. There are some of the few players who have reported today, but we expect a bigger number tomorrow.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the players who are playing in other clubs, we have sent the request. And the clubs are responding right now. As I speak right now, I'm receiving responses from the players that we are very summoned. We have summoned a mixture of the old and some new exciting prospects.
The current generation
that have come through. Yeah.
Now, just give us what will West Nile expect from the West Nile province team this time around. Of course, we don't know. Last season, it was not all that fruitful for us last season. We managed to come down in what we call the semi-finals. What should West Nile expect ahead of the class with the Bogisu?
No, we should be positive and always believe in ourselves. And that is the most important asset that we have right now is the belief in ourselves that we are playing for our motherland. And that is what is echoing through the minds of the boys. And that is what actually they are doing. These ones who have come on their own. We have not set camp that we have deliberately decided that we should start. So that is one thing that we have in stock. That is the belief that we are playing our motherland and we are defending our motherland. So this time round, of course, it has come in the middle of international football.
Yes.
You remember recently when Chan and some of our players, like new players, have come on board, like Emmanuel Anyama, who played for Uganda Cranes, you remember, as a centre forward. He's in. Ada Anakosa, that who came from Scotland, is in. Then we also have players like Stephen O'Leary, who played number 2 for the Uganda under-17, the team that made history by qualifying for the World Cup. He currently plays in the KCC. So we're expecting those ones to arrive on Thursday, and then together we shall put up a team that people must believe in. And this time around we are not going for anything less than a win against the issue. We watched the game our chairman watched that game they played in Mbale. Plus a few of our scouts, they watched the boys and they've given a feedback to coaches. The coaches are planning accordingly. And all I want to say is that people should come out in big numbers. We are short on funding and resources, but together we can make a difference. So we are promising our people that we are going to post a good result. And they should come expecting to see some young prospects. Also, the future. We are playing, not only playing for this year, we are playing and also putting in mind the fact that there has to be a future for the province. And the young people are coming through.
And a lot of fans have been crying foul, actually to me, that why is it that West Nile has taken so long to release the squad? Of course, West Nile just released the squad just yesterday in the evening, and so many fans were asking why was that happening like that.
No, it's summoning a team is not an easy thing, considering that a number of factors are involved. First of all, the availability of these players. 2, whether this player is training or not. 3, whether you have engagements which are ahead of them. I've just told you we are right in the middle of international engagements. We have just finished Chan, where almost all of us were involved. Now, secondly, some of the players were also involved. Now, beyond that, this game has been fixed in the middle of 2 World Cup qualifiers. Uganda is playing a match on this Friday. That is the 5th of September. And again, Uganda has that is the first game is against Mozambique. Then on the 8th, that is Monday, Uganda is playing against Somalia. So these are, and our game is on the 7th. You can imagine a situation where some of us are not going to be there. Like the chairman right now has remained in Kampala with the Chan. He was involved in Chan. And even as I speak right now, I've been appointed by FIFA as the match commissioner for the game between Nigeria and South Africa, which will be in Bloemfontein in South Africa on the 9th.
Yes.
So on the 7th, I will not be around, but that does not mean that I've gone with the team. We have people on the ground who are going to take up these roles and deliver the results that we need.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe lastly from me, why is it that at first these games were supposed to be played at the Boma grounds down in Yumbe, and it has been reported that the games might easily be here in Arua, particularly at Ababel Gulen Stadium. Why is that shift change in that regard?
No, it was this time around. It was it's our view.
Yes.
And this thing belongs to the whole of West Nile.
Yes.
We have been to Barokoro. We have been to Nebi.
Yes.
We have been to Paridi Stadium in Germany.
Yes.
And then we have been a number of times to Greenlight Stadium.
Yes.
And as I speak, this year we had earmarked Boma Ground to host the first game.
Yes.
Then we shall take another game to Koboko, to the people, our people in Koboko. If we are taking these games round the whole of West Nile, it will reach every corner of West Nile.
Yes.
So, Boma Ground, unfortunately, we could not do that because of the ball games that are going on right now there.
Yes.
In Yumbe. So it has taken off some of the, first of all, there's wear and tear. Even the pitch is a little bit worn out.
Yes.
And then with all that engagement and the number of visitors who have come to Yumbe,
yes,
accommodation becomes a problem.
That's
true. Then getting these boys getting them together to have training and getting accommodation for them and the visiting team plus the football officials is going to be a little bit difficult. So what we decided to do, we said temporarily for this first game we shall play it from Greenlight Stadium.
Yes.
Because it was available at short notice and we can always and the people have always been very good to us.
Yes.
So we said we shall start with here. But firstly, the next home game we shall have will be in the Boma Ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's first talk about the strategy that you guys have said to see that West Nile wins this. Of course, non-province has gone to defend the FUFA Drum Trophy. And what strategy is West Nile having to see that they win this trophy this time around?
This time around, we are saying that supposing all factors are held constant, and the teams that where our players are the ones we really want to use,
yes,
are available, they are able to give us these players. We are ready to take a shot at it. We are ready to go all the way again to try to recapture, to get back what we lost.
Yes.
Because the last time we did that, we had an issue, and the issue was the fact that we had some players, when we lost to in Rango,
yes,
we had players like Shaban Muhammad, we had Okocha, they had been from, so when they came back, of course they couldn't report. And we lost 2-0. When we came here, we tried to overturn the result, of course it couldn't. It ended up we scored 1 goal. We had many chances, of course it was 1. So now we are saying that holding other factors constant, and we believe that FIFA should be, the organizers of the tournament should be wise enough, should be wise enough to really and sympathetic enough to really fix this game where it does not clash with the league, it does not clash with the international engagement, it does not clash with any other engagement, so that getting these players from the club can be a little bit flexible, because sometimes I also sympathize with the club.
Yes.
I remember one time we were playing here. We had players on the Paraka, they played in the Vipers.
Yes.
And they had to board the bus at night. They arrived here in the morning at 8, and at 4, they were playing. We had to put them on ice. And that was how we managed to play that game, you remember.
Okay.
So, holding that, assuming that those factors are listened to, and the organizers really take into consideration our plea, then we should be good to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I know our biggest team here is Acholi Province. How ready is my boys against Acholi Province? Of course, we shall be playing Acholi Province, then Bogisu.
Yeah, of course. Acholi Province, these are our brothers. We have played with them before.
Yes.
We are friends. But when it comes to the FUFA Drum, it takes a different turn.
Yes.
We have beaten each other. We have lost each other. We have shared points. So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
We don't fear them. Only that we have respect for them, but we don't fear them. Right. I can assure you the game between West Nile and Acholi, either way, either in Acholi or in West Nile, people should expect the 2019 2019 version where actually must fall happen.
Yes.
And this time around, we are not taking it for granted. Be it in Kitgum, be it in Gulu, be it anywhere, we are ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, I know you're too busy. Maybe your part in short, always your remark that you can give to the viewers.
Our people should really believe in us. And two, when we come around, I say, let us try to see how we can get our boys in shape and defend our province, our heritage. We shall welcome any assistance that you bring on board to us. Because even right now the boys are saying that of course we are trying to find water for them to drink. They need water to drink. They're not getting a cup of tea. And then of course we have got to transport players. We have to accommodate them. We have got to feed them. All these things need a resource. Of course, again, I'm asking them on the 7th, they should come in big numbers. Pay that little money you have come with at the gate. The more we pay, the better for the boys, so that at the end of the day, we can give them a bar of soap and a bottle of soda to go home with.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. That's an inclusive actual update coming in from the manager of West Nile province. Still talking about Mike Kileti. Remember, he's just my neighbor down at Mbara.
I was really convinced with what he said about the squad, giving a full analysis about how the FIFA drum will take shape against Bugisu.
Yes.
I was really happy, and I felt like something good is coming. I know it will be a mouth-watering fixture down in Greenlight, but I just urge the fans and the West Nilers out there to come in big numbers and watch this game, so as we can give that financial benefit, we can give that financial gain to the club right there to maintain the squad, as Mike Letty just said right there in his interview.
All right. Of course, West Nile has summoned around 58 players in their team. Of course, we never know. All these players might come, or some might drop. Of course, these players are set to play for Western Province. Of course, they have got 5 goalkeepers. First is Leontine Inafian, who plays for Defense Forces down in Ethiopia. We have got Angofendro Nyoman, who plays for AS Villa here in Uganda Premier League. Of course, Tadiga Faizo, who plays for Calvary Football Club. Of course, Rogers Omedua, who plays for Team UPPC OS Gaddafi Football Club in there. You have got Anyama Richard, who plays for Jamus Football Club in there. Of course, he has been here in Western football for long, and he has gone for international engagement. Of course, the fullbacks include, we have got fullbacks like Atenele Geriga, who plays for a team in the name of NEC Football Club. We have got Johnny Rogers, who plays for AC Villa. We have Adiga Michael, who is still unattached. Of course, he has no club yet. Of course, he is still to find a club in there. And then we have got Mustafa Chiza, you can call him Kiza, who plays for KCCA. We have got Okota Rashid, who has been one of the most formidable players for that Western Province team. He plays for Jamus Football Club. We have got Douglas Oiro, who plays for Nthuga Sazi. We have got Benson Philibert, who plays for KCCA. Then the center backs are, we have got Toharat, who plays for Chitara Football Club. Remember, last season he played for Team Police Football Club down in Kenya, and currently, as I talk, he is in the terms with Team Chitara Football Club. And then Bright Joseph Vone is a player that they have already some who plays for URA. We have got Baigapat, who plays for Maroons. We have got Odagio Khalid, who plays for the Black Angels. We have got Fonga Ronald, who plays for Lia Football Club, one of the brilliant at the stars, of course, from the regional league being called up to the Western Province is one of the biggest things for him. We have got Amayo Ahmed, who plays for Gaddafi OS UPPC Football Club. We have got Mandela Nelson, who plays for Rua Hill. We have got Oyesel Raymond, who plays for the Black Angels. We have got Mahad Swale, who plays for Katori FC down in South Sudan. We have got Simba Sabit, who plays for Ndupra Football Club. Then the midfielders we have got Yakini Rashid, who plays for Black Power Football Club. We have got Mandela Malis, who plays for Ondupraka in there. We have got Andama Junior, who plays for Katori FC down in South Sudan. We have got Orombi Ronald, who plays for Maroons Football Club. We have got Abel Iturbe, who plays for Maroons Football Club in there. We have got Abeti Moses, one of the highly rated midfielders. I'm talking about Abeti Moses. Of course, he was playing here with the Ultramasak Football Club in the regional league, and he just got that opportunity to play for a team that will be playing in the Confederational Cup. I'm talking about Katori FC. Of course, Katori will be playing in what you call the Confederational Cup of Africa. That's the Europa of Africa in there. Of course, we have got Andama Junior. Andama Dennis, also Black Coco, you can call him like that. Of course, he plays for Ndupra Football Club in there. We have got Mahed, who plays for a team in the names of Lujaga Galaxy in there. We have got Gibson Adino, who is still unattached after his expiry actually got, after his contract got done with the team, Mbarara City in there. Of course, we have got Swadik Al Mahad, who plays for Mbarara City. We have got Joel Jagembe, who plays for the Black Angels. We have got Saidi Moneri, who is still unattached. Of course, we have got Andama Sabir, who plays for Calvary. Rumor to join on the Football Club in there. We have got Mongo and Jonathan, who plays for on the Football Club. We have got Manza Jonathan, who plays for a team in the names of the Black Angels. We have got David Gardino, who played for the Black Angels some time back, and he has now been playing for Calvary. He has registered himself to play for Calvary in what we call the Uganda Premier League. The word forwards or the wingers include Onzima Peter, who plays for Express Football Club. We have got Peter Ezra, who plays for Jamus the Rubber Bull. We have got Lucky Phillips, who plays for Lia Football. Another actual call-up for Lucky Phillips. Of course, he has been a regular call-up in that team of the Western Province in that he plays for Lia Football Club in there. We have got Jericho James, who plays for Neck Football Club. We have got Opakov Benjamin, who plays for Katori FC. Remember, he was very, very pivotal for the Black Angels last season in the big league, and he has crossed over to Katori FC. We have got Aban Kromer Tomea, who plays for Gaddafi FC, or the UPPC in there. We have got Rashid Kawa Olo, who plays for Express Football Club. We have got Okelo Elo, who plays for the Black Angels. We have got Ogama Bade, who plays for Maroons. Bright Joseph Dada, who plays for a team in the names of Neck in there. Of course, the strikers include Mark Saban, who is Muhammad Saban, who plays for Goromahia, and he has been a free agent. He is now set to sign for Goromahia in there. We have Ibrahim Dada, who has been playing for a team in the name of URA. He currently is unattached. Of course, he has got no club in there. We have got a player in the name of Anam Emmanuel, whom Mark Legend rightly said that he has been engaged with what we call the Chan tournament. He plays for KCCA. We have got Innocent Media, who played who is currently playing for a team in the names of NEG. Remember, last season he was playing in Italy in a team called Classo. In the, of course, Fred Amaku, who plays for URA. We have got Fred Amaku, who plays for URA. We have got Alfred Leko, who plays for Police FC down in Kenya. Of course, Sadat Anyako. After that actual stint in Scotland, he is finally back, and he has been summoned into the Western Province team. This is a great squad, I can tell you.
The squad is really okay. Coming to the defense, starting from the defense, from the goalkeeping till the striking position, the striking line. I have no problem with the selections. My greatest worry is just about the players that are unattached currently. As the chairman for the West Nile Football Association just said right there, they were considered factors whether you're doing training or whether you're attached to a club or how far you're going with the club. So I just asked myself a question like, okay, what about players who are unattached? How do they get into the squad with all that team selection? You know, I don't know what procedure they were really using, but to me, players that are unattached to clubs, we don't really know whether they're doing training. So I don't really understand the philosophy behind that. But anyways, to leave that to the officials right there who will be taking us through. I'm really contented with this squad. I'm happy. I know something good is coming
for West Nile.
Yeah.
Right.
Seeing the goalkeeping department, the likes of Leonzi Nafian, they've been called. You know, he's even been called for the Uganda under-21. So I'm just expecting something good is coming. The likes of Andama Juniors in the squad. You know, Zagason adding more flavor and experience into the squad. I'm really excited and happy.
Of course, all these players that have been summoned, they are much eager to play for Western Province. Of course, they have been one of the players who have been making that noise on the social media. Some of them posting that they're ready for the tournament, they're ready for the challenge, and I'm quite sure they will be fighting for the badge in there. We hope to see the best for Western Province against Bugisu on Sunday. That's on the 7th of September. We shall all be there. Anytime we might be broadcasting for that game live here on your TV screens. Of course, we have to keep you informed of what's happening on our current affairs. We have to be informed. Of course, there's no need for us to let you down when it comes to giving you that information regarding sports in there. But let's talk on Tubraka just a little bit. Of course, the latest that we were getting indicates that their sponsorship deal with Ababet has been renewed, and that's one of the most beautiful things for Tubraka Football Club in there. Of course, we all know Ababet, since the departure of Betpower, Betway, Tubraka has been blessed with their sponsorship. Of course, Ababet had a 3-year sponsorship deal with Onduparaka Football Club, giving them that Bamba money, around 800 million Ghanaian shillings for 3 consecutive seasons. And that contract has been done. And what I'm getting latest indicates that they have kind of renewed the contract back with the Caterpillars. And of late, the ABABET officials were here in Arua, and that guy who was in charge of market is one of my good friends, and I had got one-on-one chats with him, and he has kind of renewed his contracts with the ABABET deals here in West Nile.
You see, Senior Zero local football, like zeroing down to West Nile, local football works with sponsorship.
Yes.
You see, when you're sponsored by organizations or you're sponsored by companies,
yes,
this injects a lot of income into the football you play.
Yes.
You see, playing without a sponsor. Let me give you an example. Let me zero down to Europe. You know, playing without a sponsor like Chelsea loses 60 million pounds yearly just because they don't have a sponsor.
Yes.
A lot of money.
Yes.
Now bringing that down to our local football.
Yes.
Just connecting that to Onduparaka. You know, Onduparaka going to play without a sponsor, or a sponsor that gives less money, will affect in the financial plans of the club.
Yes.
You know, we have got stories that players have not been paid, players have been delayed payments of their previous salaries. You know, football football in West Nile needs a lot of money to handle seriously. The transportation, the player transport facilitations, player allowances, training allowances, and everything.
They're training kids.
Yeah, everything. Everything needs football. Everything in football needs money.
Yes.
So to me, ABABET coming back and sponsoring DC Onduparaka, or local football club, is one of the best things they have actually acquired in their record books and their services right there. I'm seeing something good coming out of Onduparaka Football Club, because you know, some of these poor performances come when there's actually delay in service delivery in the club, you understand?
Yes.
And what actually brings the service delivery delay is actually the money bit of it. So when the money is injected and there's support from the fans, with all that, I'm seeing something good coming out of Onduparaka Football Club.
But let's first look at why big companies look at Onduparaka Football Club. Is it that Onduparaka is a big brand, or is it down to the fans that normally attend this game? The fans, the sponsors are looking at the fan base, or is they're looking at what? Of course, Onduparaka seems to be blessed when it comes to sponsorship. Of course, the Bet Power deal was there. After Bet Power, ABABET popped in, and ever since that, Onduparaka is kind of blessed with sponsorship. What are these sponsors looking at Onduparaka Football Club?
I may not exactly tell what really is driving them, but my instinct tells me it's the fan base. Yes. You know, when the fan base is there, automatically the business comes in. You know, these sponsors don't just come to give you money; they also in turn get money.
Yes. You
understand? Yes. When ABABET sponsors Onduparaka, it's not only Onduparaka benefiting; it's ABABET benefiting the other way around. You see, when Onduparaka is being sponsored by ABABET, more of the fans get to bet with ABABET, so they in turn get a lot of income. See, there's income in exchange in football. You understand?
Yes.
So I'm thinking probably this could be just the fans, and you know, Onduparaka generally it's actually the face of West Nile, as I can say, as per now.
Yes.
Is the face of West Nile, selling West Nile outside. You know, the other fans, there are as well other fans of Onduparaka from central and up country, you understand? Yes. So I'm just trying to see, maybe it is because of the fan base and actually the income expectation the companies think. If they can sponsor Onduparaka with all the fan base, they can get the money they want.
Okay, of course, Onduparaka being the biggest club here in West Nile, and it is located in a very, very good place. Of course, border in South Sudan, not forgetting DR Congo, is one of the beautiful things for the club, because that's actually a cross-border business will always be there, so imminent. And if you look at the sponsorship, they are looking at such kind of initiatives. Of course, the cross-border trade will always be there. Of course, we all know Onduparaka has got a number of fans who are in the neighboring countries. Of course, South Sudan, you have got DR Congo. That's our neighbors. Of course, Onduparaka has got those international actual fans. They can easily buy those t-shirts with their ABABET logo. Of course, that actually markets ABABET more in there. Of course, ABABET looks at Onduparaka being actually an icon in market actual aspect, like you have rightly said. Of course, that is one of the biggest one. Of course, Onduparaka is not preparing so much to see that the team leaves to the building in what you call it, the Bet Power. The team wants to go back to the Bet Power. To the Southern Ghana Premier League. Of course, they are reinforcing so seriously. Appointing Walter Bazagli as the actual communication and marketing officer, and then not forgetting Papito Devgard, who as the CEO. These guys are clicking so fast in that team of the people. I can tell you, not forgetting Work Tribe Sabasaba as the head coach, together with Onama Bosco, not forgetting Peter O'Donoghue. These guys are actually corresponding so positively there from the people to see that this club makes actually the changes that are needed in the game of football here in Western. Of course, one of the roles that they are kind of eliminated from the actual area is the PR role. Of course, they say that that PR role is something that can be managed by the marketing and communication officer, and that has been stripped off from the Ondupraka calendar. Don't expect Ondupraka unveiling a PR. I can tell you that authoritatively. Of course, that has been the strategy that the new board has kind of agreed to work on. Of course, this is one of the beautiful things that Ondupraka has done. Let's leave that and talk about international sports stories right now and talk about the Mark Guehi story. Of course, that is the biggest. Of course, at first, they agreed personal terms with Liverpool Football Club. Then at the end, things flopped. Of course, they wanted to sign 2 replacements for Mark Guehi first before he leaves. And they only signed one, and the other one flopped. He decided to join West Ham United. And
Igor Julia.
Crystal Palace coach, I'm talking about Olivier Glasser, said that he is not contented with the centre back that he signed to replace a centre player in the name of Mark Guehi. So he expected Mark Guehi still to be part of that team of Crystal Palace, and the project is real, and he wants to see that this team wins trophies. And of course, Mark Guehi at that team, he has been the captain, he has been the leader in there. Of course, he has already won 2 trophies already, the FA Cup and the Community Cup, actually respectively. In there, this is one of the biggest things for Mark Guehi. Is this not the biggest upset for Liverpool, meaning that he is off from the hook?
Based on that transfer philosophy, I do understand. Actually, Liverpool they missed, but they didn't miss much of what they wanted to attain.
Yes.
As a fact that Konate is in injury.
Yes.
And Jeremy Frimpong
is also injured.
That injury of Frimpong is not an injury that you will really require a replacement. Like, we can just attach in one of the right backs, or we can just bring the likes of Gomez to play in that position, which can be fitted right there. Seeing that defense, when the midfield is okay, defense is okay.
Yes.
But football, things happen.
Yes.
I understand things happen for Liverpool. Missing on Gueye was one of the biggest nightmares around, but
yes,
they can capitalize on that. It's not something that really hard Liverpool couldn't deal with, but they really missed something big. If they would have brought in that guy, it would be one of the best things Liverpool would have done. They would have had a very complete and very very strong team. I can't explain. I can't put my words into there. But Liverpool currently analyzing their squad, seeing them from the center, from the central defense, seen to the wing backs, to the central, to the deep 6, going to the number 8, up front 3, and the final leadsman there.
The final third.
Yeah, I'm just seeing Liverpool doing something good. Analyzing them from that point of view, I'm seeing Liverpool doing something great this season. Adding this ones of bringing Saka into the team, and the many other players that they've brought in to support him. I'm seeing something great coming there. And Liverpool, if they will have capitalized on bringing players like, if let me just bring it from a point to, like, if I were Ancelotti,
yes,
I would play a 4-2-3-1 formation as well. 4-4-2 can work, but it's traditional now.
Yes.
So I will play a 4-2-3-1 formation, whereby I will see the centre backs and the wing, the full backs as usual, going for Ryan Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai.
Yes.
The final third pass men, like seeing the number 3, the up front 3, I'm seeing Mohamed Salah as number 7, as number 10, I'm bringing Florian Wirtz. I can even start McAllister as well, but for the workaholic bit of it, I may start Florian Wirtz and then substitute him with McAllister. Then number 7, I'm extending it to Isak, because he's very workaholic.
Yes.
Then going to the number 9 bit of it, I will see that I bring Hugo Ekitike. Goals will just flow as goals. Liverpool will be a very, very... Actually, I will see all these 3 domestic trophies, all for Liverpool.
of course, Liverpool earned around 200 million actually pounds on their player sales. Of course, they did actually let go in number of their senior players, not forgetting Darren Núñez, who actually joined a team in the names of Al Hilal down in Saudi Arabia. Of course, Jaron Costa joined a team in the names of Bayern Leverkusen. Then Luis Diaz also joined a team in the names of Bayern Munich. And of course, Liverpool invested heavily in the transfer market, and can all these players combine very well for Liverpool and fight that Liverpool defends the Premier League trophy? Of course, we know the experience level that the team is playing. The team is kind of playing business, and looking at their previous 3 games that they have played in the English Premier League, they have come so late to win these games. And with the presence of Isak, how big is this to move for Liverpool? Does it mean that Isak is coming into the team of Liverpool with huge pressure, because he has been that record signing for the for the club? Of course, Liverpool being the most successful club in Europe, of course, that pressure comes for a player in the names of Alexander Isak. Of course, the first pressure was on Foreign Ways, signing him for around 116 million pounds, and that pressure has been lifted from a player in the names of Foreign Ways, and it has now been posed on Alexander Isak. How is this going to affect his performance for Liverpool? Does it mean that he's going to be coming with that mentality of having that pressure to deliver immediately, or is it going to be a gradual process for him?
At this point in view, any coach, even if you are to take Sizo Kuti,
yes,
if you are to take Molly Buekaso, if you are to take Paul Put to manage that squad of Liverpool, trust me, they won't fail. They won't fail to manage that squad. That squad is too rich. You have a lot of players to play if the game is not coming to your wish. You get the point?
Yes.
So at this point in time, as analyzing from Isak, yeah, the press is always there.
Yes.
Even if you're to bring Alan Okello, or if you're to bring the retired Okwi to play in the current Uganda squad, the pressure will automatically come. Even if you're to bring Ronaldo to a very low league right now, the pressure will come. The pressure is always there. Yeah, the pressure is always there. What you will always have it in mind. Why? Okay. If the club underperforms, you say, hey, actually, my price tag was high.
Yes.
What have I brought on table for the fans?
Yes.
The fans will always say, we signed you with this amount. What are you bringing on table for us? What are you bringing on table for us? We have to watch you do something. You see, one of the reasons why, as per now, I say Florian Wirtz is not flourishing well, it's because of that pressure. That pressure is still there. We also, the likes of Gyökeres, come with that pressure to the league. Slowly by slowly, they are trying to adopt. I'm seeing Isak, the pressure may not be much, though the pressure will be there. It's because he's just from the Premier League. You know, he knows how the Premier League normally runs.
Yes.
He has that adaptation now.
Yes.
So the pressure will not be like the way the Sescos have the pressures, the Gyökeres have the pressure. The pressure will not be that high because he's just from the league. But signing for Liverpool, there's that pressure already. You need to perform immediately. You need to prove yourself to the fans out there. So that's what I can just say about Isak. He may not be a flop. Actually, he will not be a flop. But anyway, things that's happening. Let me say he may not be a flop.
Okay. Actually, Eddie, let's first talk about the love of the fans that they have for a player in the names of Alexander Isak at Liverpool. Of course, the fans have been chatting. The fans have been crying that he has to that chat was there from the fans, and the fans were chatting that we need our guy, we need our guy. So finally, he is here, and I think the love is always there. He's been given such number 9, that iconic jersey number at Liverpool. Can he live to the billion? Is the $1 million question that everyone? And it's now down to Ancelotti and his technical team to assemble a formation that can fit him, or that can accommodate him together with Hugo Ekitike in that actual line of Liverpool. Let's first talk about Arsenal. Of course, Arsenal are the immediate rivals for Liverpool when it comes to searching for the Premier League trophy. Of course, Arsenal have also invested heavily in the ongoing transfer market. Of course, they have signed a number of big name players. They signed a player in the names of Victor Gyökeres from Sporting TV expensively. They signed Brett Eze from Crystal Palace expensively. They signed Nuno Madueke from Chelsea expensively. A player in the names of Martin Zubimendi, also from Real Sociedad expensively. Christian Nordegard was signed from a team in the names of Brentford cheaply, and they also signed a player in the names of Kepa Arrizabalaga from Chelsea as a backup goalkeeper to Doug Bray in there at a low cost in there. And then the player that they signed yesterday in the Netherlands day on loan was a player in the names of Piero Hankipier. Of course, he is a central defender, a quality one, and as at another position, of course, they also added a player in the names of Christian Masquera in the front. Arsenal is balanced. At the back, Arsenal is balanced. Where do you assess Arsenal in terms of competition? Of course, Manchester City is kind of leaving it to these two teams. Manchester City, Liverpool and Arsenal, of course, they are pushing so hard, and Manchester City and Manchester United are trailing down. Of course, Chelsea and Spurs are into the mix.
Senior Zero, understanding Arsenal transfers. Arsenal, they really knew what they...
Marco just said that that actual style of game that Arsenal is playing is a game that actually exploits teams. Of course, it gives teams that fatigue in there, and at the end, the game that Arsenal played against Liverpool, they didn't win it. Of course, he said that that is an explosive kind of performance that Arsenal is having against teams. If Arsenal is keeping that momentum against big teams, of course, they may have that struggle. Of course, against Manchester United, they were so lucky to score that goal through actually Ricardo Calfiori in there. Of course, at Liverpool, it was that actual turned effort from Dominic Szoboszlai in there to see that Arsenal were trailing in that game by a goal to nil. Okay. And what should be expected from Arsenal, of course, we have already seen Bukayo Saka being out, William Saliba being out, and defensively they're okay. Arsenal has no defensive problem to me. Of course, adding a player in the names of Hanky Piero is one of the biggest things for them. Of course, he has got that versatility in him. He can play in those actual backline line. Anyway, he can play that Hanky Piero for you. And let's look at that to the front line of Arsenal, having Eberechi Eze, you have got Nuno Madueke in the other side, then you have got a certain Martinelli, not forgetting Max Dorman, the youngster, not forgetting a certain Ethan Nweri still in that team. Which players do you think can best fit for Arsenal Football Club in the absence of Bukayo Saka up front? Of course, Martinelli is someone whom I even don't trust in my own view. Of course, what he actually, his style of play is not all that much needed in my own style. Actually, in my own opinion, of course, I don't value what he offers for Arsenal in that regard. But let's look at which number 7, or is the right side of the pitch and then the left side of the wing. Which player are you going for between all these players that I mentioned?
Are you considering Saka being in the play or in injury?
No, Saka is not injured currently.
Okay.
So in case that injury seems to be in the game against Liverpool, he looked lively, but he was not having that actual eye for goal. Of course, if he was to be having that actual
perspective, that team does not really have a lot of pressure because Chelsea, that pressure is not a lot from the fans. The fans don't really give a lot of pressure for the players. You know, you need to prove yourself. You need to do this and that. So to me, I'm saying Chelsea will do something this season, but not really winning the league. Right. Chelsea can't win the league. I'm just saying that football they may win, but football is football. You know, as Pandit, we have to say, in my own opinion, Chelsea have a trophy this season, but not the Premier League really.
Right. Let's just go with it from there. Of course, I think there's a technical problem. Let's just leave it there.
That are the